Thanks to Adam and Bryony for grooming at Cement and Haley Lake.
So it's a very elegant picture here again as she canters down the centre line in this competition that's the Inter One Australian Championship. Sponsored by Mulawa Performance Horses, this class. A lovely straight depart. So I'd expect this is one of the less experienced combinations in this class. But it's always a fantastic achievement to get to the Australian Championships. It's a big thrill. The first few times you come here and you're in the warm-up arenas with the famous people. Can be a little overawing. Good bend and the right amount of angle in this shoulder in. Smoothly into a circle. Once again, good sense of rhythm. Possibly a little unsteadiness. And you see this rider's really concentrating. A little abrupt into the halt, but isn't that a lovely square halt? You're looking in the rein back, you're looking for the diagonal pair, moving rhythmically across. Fluently into the half pass. Perhaps a little more bend would be nice to see. The main difficulty here is just the stability. This left shoulder in is often a little easier to do than the right shoulder in. And that tricky little change of bend at the end just to check the suppleness of the horse. At the lower levels tests, then that you'd turn left there and it wouldn't be as difficult as this right turn off the left shoulder in. And quite an accurate transition to walk. And once again we see quite a nice moist mouth. Often a tense horse will have a dry mouth and you don't see those nice streams of saliva that we see with Lyrical. And certainly walking with purpose. We see this, some stretching of the whole frame of this horse into the contact, which is one of the things that you look for. You want to see stretching of the steps, stretching of the whole frame of the horse, stretching of the neck into the contact, but still remaining on the bit. Oops, a little bit, you can see the difficulty here where there's just not the same amount of preparation time put in these changes, these counter changes of hand that we've seen with some of the more experienced riders. And this lovely opportunity to open up the horse and put a bit of energy in, get the steps going before these difficult canter lines. Good use of the corner there, bringing him back and getting him collected and sit him on his hind end before he comes into these changes. We can't see from this camera angle the expression in the change. When we talk about expression, we mean the amount of air that comes underneath the horse. We're really looking in those changes that the hind leg steps up underneath. And preparing for this first pirouette, I'd possibly like to see slightly shorter steps, but quite fluent, very obedient. The preparation again, really not quite collected enough in the canter, and then we see those steps jumping behind in order to keep his balance. It's certainly a mistake-free test at this point. Oops. A good effort. That little transition back to trot can be quite tricky. this level, we've all been spending a few years working on canter to walk transitions, and all of a sudden you come out and there's a canter to trot transition. And it's funny how sometimes they forget how to do that transition and keep it fluent because they're thinking about coming back to walk. A little bit abrupt into the halt. But she should be pleased with that test, and certainly she looks as if she is very pleased.